that your expenses are covered. Call Beacon at 440-4447 and sign up for the Rest Easy plan today.
So that's how we got to say good morning to everyone that is locked in to Power 95 right now. And you know what happens each and every 11 o'clock, Monday to Thursday. Welcome to your Ladies Room Thursday edition. Yours truly, Kareem, I'm here. My darling Aruna, she is also here, yeah? We're going to have a very interesting discussion this morning. We got a question coming your way. I'm going to give you just a few moments to come on in the live, whatever you're doing right now. And of course, if you're listening on the airwaves, you can feel free to hit us up as well. 440-9595. Send us your voice notes, your messages. Or you can call us as well. Gonna give you guys just a couple minutes to get inside, yeah? Must say good morning to Crystal. Andrea, good morning. Auntie Della, good morning. What's up? Welcome, you know what to do. Hit that share button, my brethren Chemo. Boy, I tell ya. Interesting question this morning. So here's what we want to know this morning, guys. How do you feel about having joint bank accounts with your significant other? This morning we talking money. That's what we're talking about today. How do you feel about having joint bank accounts with each other? Talk to me right now. Hit me up 440-9595. Voice notes, messages, calls, anything. Of course, you know we powered by Beacon Insurance and Western Union, making it happen today. I really want to hear Aruna take on this though. Kimo, what you say? Big up to the ambassador bar. Zavi, good morning. Let me see who else is on. Wayne, I need to hear you today. Eh? I find these days you've been kinda taking a backseat on the thing. I ain't dealing with that today. I need to hear you today. Smoothies, good morning. Let me see who else is here. Timulus, good morning to you. Big up to the Ambassador Beach Bar locked in right now. Alright, so for me, my thing is, yeah. And guys, tell me if you agree with me. Alright, you know what? Hold on, stick up.
What were you saying in my absence? Sounds like you were up to no good. Hold on. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Who's here? Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Christelle, Chemo, Della, Deborah. Kareem said hi to y'all.
Yes, he did.
Okay. You called out some names or you just...
I learn well enough. I big and have sense.
Oh, okay. Okay. Understood. Anywho's, it's a bit dark. Give me a little light. So we heard the topic, right? No, I was trying to hold on, but it didn't work. Here's your phone, Kareem. Did I share? No, let me share.
I was trying to say a little naughty something in your absence where you're popping.
Hold on. Hold on, let me
Specky,
share.
I want to hear you today too. Know you always have a story for something.
Hold on. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so guys, did you share? If you haven't, please do. So we have the scenario. Dear partners, How do y'all feel about having joint bank accounts with your significant other? Samuel, come on into the live. How do y'all feel about it? Well, the way things are going lately, I am not sure that you should dump all your money into a joint account with somebody unless it's your significant legal, meaning married partner. For married, yeah, but I still think you need your own thing going on. You have your own account, whatever I had before you. And okay, here's what I think. All right, so we meet, right? Anything that I've had before you or anything you had before me, we leave that alone. We maintain our own independent account. And from the time we start, right? From when if we're married, whatever, from the time we start and we're going down the wee road, like the picket fence and children, how about we start something together then? And every week or month or whatever, we decide on how much we're putting there, whether it's for savings purposes or for household expenses or what have you. How about I not put in everything I have or you put everything you have into the joint account? How about we start together from that point? Whatever you had before, that's mine. That's on my account. That remains there. Because I want to be able to do my own thing. Do my nails, whatever. Want to go in my account without having to answer question as to why we short $50 in the account this month, Aruna.
So that is basically you saying that your nails money, your Brazilian money, your locks money,
yeah,
your eyebrows money, all of that
whatever.
coming out of
my
your
pocket.
account.
Yes.
All you hearing this, eh?
Yeah.
That
Comes
coming
out of
out
my
of
account.
your account.
Yeah, because you know
Even
how,
when you're vexed.
you know how
because we
men
know
are.
y'all have a habit of
Listen,
misusing we
you
thing
know how
when all
y'all
you're
are.
vexed.
Like y'all don't think we should supposed to just look good automatically and don't think that
No,
you
it's
spend
not
all,
that. It's not that.
you spend
It's not
$150
that, but
on your nails.
all it does use we money for all your
Listen.
vex money. We have like an argument in the house.
So that is why I'm saying.
and we money is all your vex
So
money.
that is why I'm saying, how about I maintain my personal account and then we have a joint account for household purposes or household expenditure for the children or whatever the case might be. But because I don't want to hear you telling me, oh, well, why you take out $150 to do your nails? Nails? $150? Or I decide to buy a dress and have to hide it. You spend all that money on a dress?
Is the
No.
Brazilian I'm more concerned
I don't wear
about.
Brazilian, so that
This
does not apply
5
to
and
me.
600 and 700 and God. What you man do easy. What you do easy.
Someone says, well, we're having a lot of debate in the chat. So we'd like to hear from you guys. Did you all share the live? Because I'd really love to get some more feedback on that. Hold on. Let me make sure that I shared. Yeah, I did.
My only problem is that some people they just wanna put the
Hold on, we have somebody on the line.
morning.
Hey, morning.
Wagwan.
Hi, good.
All right, talk to us.
I just calling based on what Arona said. Now, Arona agree with you, but not 100%. Eh?
Okay, tell me which part you disagree with.
Right. When they start to separate and say you wanna have your money there, at the end of the day, once you enter into a marriage, it's money. Despite you came in the marriage with $100,000, it's still we own.
All right, we
understand?
own.
Right? Yeah, listen, it's we own because we come. Two shall be one. The same in marriage, two shall become one.
So why do
Right?
men? So why do people look for?
Wait, let me finish, right? Two shall become one. So I understand when you come and they say we only want to go and do a nails and thing. But all you have to go and do your nails around, and you still have to consult and tell your husband
What?
or your wife, listen, you're still husband and wife, please, I'm going to do my nails this weekend, and X, Y, Z, and X, Y, Z, because at the end of the day, all this communication needs to take place. I will see a lot of relationships that go bad, and we just end up in all kind of right? Despite it's your money that at the start of it, but at the end of the day, you're still letting me know what's going on. You understand? Nothing wrong with that. And we should be able to spend money on you. And we should be able to spend money on me. You understand? It's not about we putting money aside for these specific reasons and these things. And the time we money they is separate, but I should be able to spend money on you. You should be able to spend money on me. It's not about you have money there to do your nails, your hair, and what now. And I have money there to go in the gym and to drink rum and to do the thing. At the end of the day, it's we money. So it shouldn't have, despite the account will be separate, but we start with where we came with, and we have a joint together. But at the end of the day, it is still we money.
So what you're saying is, I should not have my own personal account?
I'm not saying you're not supposed to have it. Yeah, you could have your personal account, but at the end of the day, the reality remains that it is we money.
So even if I have my personal account, I have to consult with you about my personal.
No, not consult, but you could say, babe, I go in and do me nails. So we still.
Yeah, I mean that goes without saying. Like you just tell you my whereabouts for telling you, for the principle, but not like I'm asking you permission for money to go do my nails.
No, not asking permission.
Okay.
So sometimes you say, babe, I can do my nails, and I could tell them, let me get $200 help with what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, it's with money. You might see when I make a little line with the boys and say, babe, put a little 200 in your pocket, You understand? Because we have that love thing going on, and it's we thing. You understand? Because at the end of the day, if you die today or tomorrow, the person still end up with it.
I hear you.
You understand? So
unless I put it in a will, who have to end up with it?
Exactly, and it's in a will. So at the end of the day, yes, it's your personal account, but still, originally, it becomes we once we sign that paper together.
Okay. All right. I hear you.
Accountability.
I agree and I disagree. And I still maintain, because how's his name? What is the thing they ask you to sign before you get married if you meet a man with a whole lot of money?
A prenup?
A prenup. Then, if that's the case, why do people look for prenuptial agreements before? If it's we money, if it's supposed to be, so I meet you with your millions, like, what's his name? Jeff Bezos or whatever your name, the Amazon man with billions of dollars, and how he faced, where's the black dude the other day that thing, confusion and ding dong with the wife? She meets him in a rapper guy. What's his name?
But anyway.
Yeah, anyway. So, when you meet people with their millions and you had no input in how they got it, you hadn't lift a pin to help them accumulate their millions and their billions, and you get married to them and they say, okay, I need you to sign a prenuptial agreement. So now we money. Why then do we have prenups if people saying we money? I meet you with your money and it's we money. So why do people sign prenuptial agreements? And then after whatever happens, they still you're entitled to a little change. They probably might give you something for all the years and probably your children. But at the end of the day, there are prenuptial agreements. So why do we have those if it's supposed to be
we money?
We money.
It's we money.
I maintain in relationships, you come into a relationship, and I'll advise my sisters, my whoever, the same thing. Women, the same thing. Always, my mother always say, always put aside something. Always have something for yourself.
Yeah. But COVID has
always have something for yourself.
COVID has
because
that.
Things go left, things go right, things go all over the place. You're not saying you're hiding it from the person, but it's something that you came with, you worked for, you came with it into the relationship. And if you want to combine all your resources, there's nothing wrong with that. There are some people who've done it and it works fine for them. They've never had an issue. There's accountability. There's no one spending more than the other and, on frivolous things. It works fine for them. But I'm saying for others who are not too comfortable with the idea, I see nothing wrong with you maintaining your personal account, and you can still say, okay, let's start a joint account. And depending on how much you have, let's start with, okay, 50K. Let's each put 50K. I ain't have no 50K, but I'm just saying, if you have that, let's start with that as a joint account for household expenses, for children, blah, blah, blah. But anything outside, if I want to go do my nails, I want to go in a joint account to go and do my nails or to go and do my hair, and I have to ask you and I have to explain to you. But then
my thing is
explain to you out of the joint account why I take $150 to go buy a dress or something like that. I should be able to maintain my own, especially if I'm working, if I have a job, I should be able to have my money and take care of myself without having to go into that joint account. That is just how I feel about it personally. But
then what about the rainy days though? What happens when you don't have no funds in the we money accounts and one of us needs something? You might be able to dip into your personal and help out.
There's somebody here coming. Hold on.
Morning time. I agree that last male caller. But I also want to add that the long and short of it is that you could only go, you have to take into consideration the level of responsibility of each partner, of each person in that relation. Because yes, we could say that we have our own personal bank account. We came into the relationship with our own personal bank account, and we're going to add money every month to this joint account. But then somebody might become delinquent, and then one person will feel, well, I's the one that been putting most of the money inside it, so I should be the one to see what happens to that money in that joint bank account. So it really has to do with a certain level of, you have to do this with us. You have to take into consideration the level of responsibility that each person has before you go into them joint accounting.
All right. I like that. That's a really mature and responsible response. So what is scholar saying, boy? Talking about consult. I would have my money and still have to consult to you for my own money, sir. You really have to wake up from dreamland. Relationship works best when we have separate bank accounts. Imagine going to your man and say, "Can I have $10 to buy a pack of sanitary napkins?" And his response, "Only one pack you'll be able to buy." Nah. Someone says prenuptials or any agreements before the marriage is like wearing a seatbelt while driving. We don't start off with intentions to get into an accident, but things happen and prevention is better than cure. Someone says we have prenuptial because they're protecting their own. Without that means everything is together, especially when there's legal separation. Someone says when I hear callers like this, I'm always amazed. Women out here spoiling men like that. Sheena, you plan to behave any day of the week, Monday to Thursday. Sheena, I would love to get your take on it. How do you feel about it, Sheena? Will you do that? Someone says they agree every couple should have a joint account for household purposes, rent, kids, expenses, etc., and they should have a personal account for themselves each. Somebody say, if you see my mouth with that collar, when the mouth probably stretched like pelt.
Y'all be nice.
Someone says, good morning, Aruna and Kareem. When I was married to my ex, we had a joint account. Well, when I think we had money in there, the man take out all the money and leave $100 in there. So now with my new significant other, we do have a joint account for bills, groceries, etc., vacation money, but we each have our own personal account, which works perfectly. But if we decide to separate accounts for other things, and it works. Tell that caller there's nothing as we money. I have my personal accounts. We money is only in a joint account.
We money is French.
Yeah, one of them will have you.
No, but that was my thing. That we money is French thing. But who in charge of this joint account? Who in charge of that?
Isn't a joint account where you one cannot? But then if you have a card, you can withdraw.
Yeah, that was saying both of you have a card or something.
It's not like you have a checkbook.
Somebody that married and have a joint account.
Unless you do it that way, one cannot withdraw without the other's permission. So you keep better account and track of it.
But then one person in the relationship will be feeling that type of way. If you have one that could go in the account and the next one.
So that's what I'm saying. So joint accounts probably. Somebody who married and have joint account.
We
need to tell us how this works.
4409595.
I never did it, so I don't know. I could be running my mouth as usual, but that's not the way it's supposed to be. But if you're married and it works for you, I would love to hear from somebody who has a joint account and it works for them that way. How do you do it? Who decides who puts what? How much do you put? Is it based on, okay, if I work for, let's say, $2,000 a month, I have to put $1,000 in the account, and if you do likewise, regardless of how much you make? So let's say regardless of how much we make, we decide an amount.
And access to, like how freely can you access the account without
any
and
problems? For what purposes
do
we use money out of that account for?
Be nice to get some clarification.
Somebody said that caller before the last. If I was in the street, I would tell you another one. Yes. Playing Dr. Mitchell, I want to go in the street. If I was out in these streets, I tell you.
How do you behave now?
Somebody, anybody, or send a voice note if you can call 440-9595. How does it work? Do you? Someone let this man be a host in the ladies' room. That's a big man speaking there. You alone not agreeing with that man this morning. Yes, thing. Somebody, anybody, married, or even if you're not married, but you're in a relationship and you all have joint accounts. Explain to us how it works. How does it work?
Because I can't imagine you have a joint account and one person could access it, and then the next person they're feeling like the relationship one-sided or something like that. I don't know. How would you feel though if you and your man have a joint account? He alone could access it.
Didn't he I just read a thing for you saying they had a joint account, and when she thinking he had money in it, he spent out all and $100 was left.
Well, at least he least something.
Well, I guess he didn't want to close the account, so he least something
least he least
to keep the account active. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I was
morning.
hoping you called. You always bring reason to the room.
You're approaching that too adversarial. You see, like, combative and that sort of thing. That is not a relationship.
So
I am
tell
the
us.
boss. You are the boss.
Listen, you're like the teacher in the room. Where we learn from you, so we want to hear how it works.
Right? So you come in, you got married.
Mm-hmm.
Both salaries go into the same account. Never mind what. You have to 1,000, I put 1,000, you put 2,000. Our salary may differ. Let's say in my case, my salary is more. Quite frankly, it doesn't matter. We pay the bills from this salary. Right? All the bills we found, all the money come out of it. I couldn't care less if my wife wanted to do her toes, her nails, her teeth, or whatever. That is done. As a matter of fact, let's say in my case, I recognize that my wife is a better money manager. So she does everything more with money. I couldn't care less. You want to go online? Oh, darling, look, if I broke, you know, what you have? She give me 100. And I go with that. She give me 100 done halfway through the show, too bad. I come back home. But that is it is not an adversarial thing where you're not going into a relationship with a view that one is out to get you. Mm-hmm. Of course, there is a possibility, but that is not the idea. I am going to get him, I'm going to take his money and go. Mm-hmm. That is not how you come into a marriage relationship or any relationship. So you get into this, trusting each other. Oh, come on, yeah. After all, you got married enough for. I mean, okay. I guess I'm too old-timeish, and I marry for love, and because I care and whatever other people marry for what. I am talking about the ideal, the God-fearing situation where you get married to someone because you all love and all intend to do things together, and the children and everything goes. So the account is. I couldn't. Quite frankly, I don't give a figure about what I mean. Well, maybe in my case, my wife is very conservative. She knows every cent she spends from the beginning of the month to the end, right? So I don't think we should approach it like you go take my money and go. Let me make sure he have a card, I have a card, all that sort of thing. That is not how I see it. I'm probably too idealistic with that.
No, but you're right. You're right. A lot of the times we, especially now, we go into relationships with thinking about what's going to go wrong without thinking about what's going to go
problem.
right. We're already thinking of breaking up instead of continuing the relationship.
That's
how we gotta
start relationship with.
Yeah.
Or this start relationship that we're going to break up.
Yeah, that is going to end. That this person is going to hurt me at some point. So you know what? Self-preservation mode kicks in from the very beginning. You're right.
That is basically too negative, and if you're looking for things to go wrong, darling, it will go wrong.
Yep.
Because you are looking for it.
You didn't go with an open mind.
I'm not telling you have a perfect relationship and all, it wouldn't him and her, you know. That is natural for two human beings who are different, right? Because there's no two, even twins get away and throw punches at each other. So identical twins. So what is that? You're getting, but both of you are macho people. That have nothing to do with the account. The mortgage gets paid from that account. The car note gets paid from that account. Everything, all the money is just there. I can't nitpick. I can't be bothered with watching her nails on her eyebrow and who gives? I mean, that doesn't bother me. And I think that's a macho thing, and we shouldn't approach it like we are going to break up and we have to know where my money comes from and where my money going, and she going to take all the money and run out and nah. Okay? So that maybe it's too idealistic. Maybe someone who had a problem with that before will call and say something differently.
But it works for you. This is what works for you.
This is what works.
So, thanks much.
Right? Work beautifully.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Right. I always love when he calls. He calls and brings maturity and balance to to the conversation. I really like when he calls. And I don't even know who it is. We need to ask him who is one of these days. Sounds like a voice that I know. But nevertheless, let me hear what this person's saying.
Okay, Aruna, good morning. Voice note. Like one of the other callers said, level of maturity is very important. Very important. A lot of reasons. Money have a way of changing people. It's like the old people used to say. You know, they always be afraid of, if you meet a woman with slippers, leave her with slippers. I mean, I don't believe in that concept, but it does apply sometimes. Money does change people. However, I think a joint account should be for specific reasons. That shows the level of intelligence and maturity on both parties to meet that commitment on a monthly basis, yearly basis, whatever it is. But I definitely believe in individual accounts.
Okay. All right. Somebody was calling. You can return the call, 440-9595. Let's get your take on it. So many WhatsApp messages. Someone says, joint account, we both have a debit card for the joint account, and every paycheck, we both put $1,000 in there. Also, the bank up here will notify the other person before any money is withdrawn. Because joint accounts used to have too many problems. All right. So, no, you're in Canada. Okay. So, the bank notifies if you
withdraw.
Yeah. Okay. We have a call on the line. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You're live.
Okay. Yes, good morning.
You're live. Turn down your if you're listening to us online, turn it down and speak to us on the phone.
I listened to your program and I support the last two callers. Right? And my take is on it. I've been through it already. And if you're in a relationship for the wrong reason, it cannot happen. It cannot work. If you love to spend or you're in a relationship for money, leave it where it is. Leave the relationship where it is. I've been through it already, and they ask for assistance to help out their side of the family, no problem, right? But that was not the intention. The intention of the joint account was for us to save and to have our own and for our family. You understand? I didn't want to do it, but for some reason I did. Over 11 years now, I haven't get back a cent.
Wow.
And the joint account just flopped.
Wow.
You understand? And I decided that I'm not going to pay it, and I'm going to take it further because of the form of disrespect and mistrust within the family. You understand? And I'm just talking about boyfriend and girlfriend thing, legally married. You understand me? And right now, we are on our own, separate. We're not divorced, but we separate.
Wow.
Because of the
money.
mistrust. That is my take on it.
I got you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, caller.
I really appreciate you, caller, for being open and honest about his experience. So that's really dishonest. Wow. Imagine, you put it on. So I think that is the concern a lot of people have. That's the hang up they have. I put in all this and next thing account clean and there's no accountability for it.
But you see, most times that happen when you see signs somebody, eh?
Somebody was calling again, 440-9595. You can return the call as well. Wow. Someone says, greetings from London. I agree with Aruna, but previous boyfriend-girlfriend relationship had a joint account. We both had cards. Both our names were on the account. We agreed to pay half based on household bills, etc. at a certain time and use that money only for household bills, groceries, etc. That weight allowed flexibility for both of us to spend the rest on whatever personal needs once priority has been paid off. Pay half each of whatever bill costs. Okay, gotcha. You have a call, Kareem.
Power 95, good morning. Good morning. Morning.
Yeah, listen, I listened to the callers that went by there, and truth be told, you have to take everything with a grain of salt, yeah? If you're in a relationship, you can't expect to move forward if both parties are not serious about the relationship. Both of y'all have to decide that your intention is to grow together, build together, and joint accounts are actually advised when you're going to have a future with somebody. Whether it is decide to get married, some people decide they prefer not to get married. That's a choice. But once you're in a serious relationship, that's advice. Now, granted, sometimes you have parties that may not be employed or may have lost their job at some point. But at the end of the day, you're looking forward to betterment, so you might figure, well, all right, you're going to find a job later on down the road. The joint account don't have to cease. All right? But that is for a purpose. It's for building yourselves and for your family. If you have, previous caller said, you have your bills to pay out of that, your mortgage, your grocery bills, whatever other bills that had to come out of that. But each party contributes. If you want to decide, okay, it doesn't matter if you're making a different amount in salaries, you decide on a percentage. So 20% from your salary, 40% from your salary, 60%, whatever the case may be. You be fair to either side, and you both have your individual accounts. If you want to call it Vex money, But if anything happens, at least you're not out. You have something on the side. But you're dealing with the relationship through that account, and you all build your situation. That's what I believe.
Got you.
Thank you,
so
caller.
much.
Bless.
All right. Getting some
makes
really
sense.
nice contributions. There was another call coming through. Call, you can call back. We got a couple of minutes before we wrap up. 440-9595.
I still won't do it before marriage, though.
Yeah, before marriage.
Nah. We had to sign that paper first.
Yeah.
Serious relationship or not. It's still too. I mean, we could just walk out to
It's gonna be kind of risky.
Yeah, nah, man.
Someone says depends on how significant is the other.
You had to be real significant.
So how significant here being the key word? How significant is the other? The person you were calling, you can return the call 440-9595. Someone says that's how it needs to be. Let's save and build together. Nothing is wrong with it. However, I'd prefer that spending or withdrawal of funds cannot be done without the other's signature. Once we have a mutual agreement on spending, I believe it should be used for both parties' benefit and not so much of personal spending by one party. And Debbie says you can have your separate accounts, but must have a joint account when you're ready to face the bank for mortgage purposes, which is followed by insurances, taxes, etc. So, again.
Yeah. I mean, the joint account is okay, Aruna, but for me, like your little, like, by the side things, you want to go out, you want to think, try to go in that,
Good morning.
Power 95, good morning.
Good morning, Aruna.
Morning.
I've been listening to this program. I'm a housewife. I've been married for 17 years, been unemployed or housewife for the last 10 years, haven't been working, and have a joint account. And the joint account have over $150,000 in it. And we have more than one account. And I'm allowed to take out money at any time without giving any reason. Before marriage, many people used to say, have a prenup. Get a person that I'm married to come out from a well-off area, they are hardworking. I am in the lower level and just work basic. But at the same time, my husband never view it like that. I can go in, take the money at any time, do whatever I have to do, and never question it. So it all depends on the type of people you're married to or the things that you do. I'm not somebody that is wasteful. You have to think about the money is there for both of us. It's for the kids. It's for our life, our retirement. You just have to be honest and trusting. Many of the people these days are not honest and trusting. So they will always have issue with those joint accounts. If you would just be an honest person and you know, okay, there's a joint account, it's for both of us, and we know how much we put in, and at the end of it all, we have to go our separate ways for whatever reason. There is no need to bicker and say, oh, I put in this much, I need more. And you just agree during the relationship. A lot of us was working hard. Both of us was working hard, and we deserve what we put into the relationship. And it's an investment to make it much more healthier relationship. It's trusting with the joint account. But if people are in it and they're not trusting, then there's no need to have it. Some people might be greedy, they want to spend more, and some people might want to spend less. But it all depends.
Makes sense.
And, I'm not going to complain. It never worked.
It worked for you.
Me, and there is no threat or anything to say, okay, I am the one that is working, you are not working. So even though we had a joint account, you will never get anything from it, or you should notify me every time you take out money on it. No, it's not like that. And the older mister that speak earlier on, it's understanding. It's just maybe the younger generation that behave like that. A more mature person would not behave like that.
Got you.
And it could still work.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the call.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Wow, he had some fantastic responses this morning. Really appreciate it. Hold on, let me see what we have here.
Good morning, Aruna. Good morning. All right. Well, I now came back and I understand the situation, what's going on. What I will say about a joint account, I don't find nothing is wrong with that at all. I have in my personal account, and the other having their personal account is also good. But everybody know for a joint account what is the reasons in terms of specific things that account supposed to cover. So if I find, okay, we have this joint account for our kids, for staycation, for them sorts of stuff, mortgage or whatever it is. It don't matter how much I work for, how much you work for. You could work for more than me or less than me. The point is, we have an account and it's ours. So even if I work for more than you, I might put 3,000, just saying, and you put 500, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, whatever we need to get done, and I use the word needs, because there's a difference between need and wants. Want is always wants, and need will always be needs.
It's important.
So anything that we need, that account will be responsible for that. My personal account, if I choose to give you $100 out of my personal account, then I do so. Nothing wrong with that. So as the caller come and he say, if they need to put eyebrow, whatever, that what he like is okay, and he don't have a problem with that. If she want a lime, I have no problem with that. But that should be coming out of her account, or if she want that $200 or she wants something from me, I don't find it's no problem to give her, because she has her personal account also. It's just that we need to have this maturity as individual and a sense of love, commitment, and communication. Yeah, you might get one day and she run away with all the money. What you gonna do? Go kill yourself? You can't kill yourself. You just learn from mistakes. So that way, I feel that way most people don't do joint account because of past experiences or what they heard. I don't know. But to me, I don't find a joint account is no problem. It's okay as long as you have a level of understanding and maturity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow. Whew. The ladies' room has returned. It was so refreshing today. Someone says, Aruna, those mature callers are in the enigma of the exceptional 1%. However, most of the issues trends throughout the generation Y, and unfortunately, they make up the majority number. Oh, gosh. Carry me out one more. Last
95 walk, good morning.
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 I've just been listening to the program, and I thought I would call in just to give my view.
Sure.
I think honestly having a joint account is based on the person you're with. You need to have a level of trust to be in, a serious relationship. And I think a lot of people, when they get burnt in a serious relationship, they have a lot of resentment, and we understand that. But I know a lot of older people say, they get in a relationship for love, and the younger people different. But this is coming from a younger person's perspective as well. I think when we get in a relationship, the first thing you shouldn't do is jump in and have a joint account. You should wait, feel out things, see if everything goes good. You have trust for that person, and then you have that joint account. I think that's how it should be. Because the pros of having a joint account, it just outweighs everything, When the bank sees that and you need to get a loan and stuff like that, you get things approved faster, things like that. So I think definitely having a joint account has more pros than anything else. So that's my views on that.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, someone says joint account equal love, respect, maturity. That's when people are mature, but when they become petty and vindictive, that's another story. This person here says it all boils down to the individual. Age doesn't guarantee maturity. It all boils down to what you want and the direction y'all are heading in the relationship. If you don't trust your partner enough to have a joint account before you get married, then you can't trust them to have one after you get married. You must know what kind of relationship you have when the decision is made to have a joint account. Maturity and trust are two important factors of that decision. And that's all the time we got today, guys. Wow, was that fantastic? What a nice way to end this week's ladies' room. Yeah, so fathers, there was no men, there was no beating up on you today. So this week we tried very hard to be respectful and appreciative of you guys and what you do. All right, so we'll be back next Monday, God's will, for another one. Until then, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks for the calls, thanks for the input, appreciate it. And of course, thanks to our friends at Western Union and Beacon Insurance for making today's ladies' room possible. Catch us for another one.
Ladies' Room comes to you compliment